All of this was made by an AI film crew I put together in less than 5 minutes.
I've stopped counting the days. Core's gone. Nobody's answering. It's just me out here.
I had a whole team, all inside one chat, sharing the same brain. And I built it this way because making an AI film right now means bouncing between 6 different tools. Your script lives in one tab, your images in another, and your video generator always starts from 0. Every new chat means re-explaining your whole story from scratch. And when you finally got all your clips, you stitch everything together and pray it still feels like one film. So I stopped doing all of that and built an entire AI filmmaking team instead. And today I'm going to show you exactly how it works. We'll be doing all of it inside Higgsfields supercomputer, because the crew actually already exists there. Plus, every employee runs on Claude, which means you can describe what you want and guide your entire team from there. So in this video, we'll tour the marketplace and hire our crew. We'll build the one employee that the marketplace is missing, and then we'll put the team to work, from scripting to post-production. I'll even include every employee setup and all the prompts from this video in the description. That way, you can copy this exact crew for yourself. But first, let's meet the team, because we need to run through a quick tour of how this actually works so that nobody gets lost. For step 1, we'll head into supercomputer and open up the marketplace. This is where the whole crew lives, and the idea is simple. An employee is basically just an AI team member with one job. You hire the ones your project needs and skip the ones it doesn't. And onboarding them takes a single click. There's no setup or anything to install. Once they're hired, we just talk to them in the chat like we'd talk to a real colleague. And when we need a different role, there's no need to open a new tool or a new tab. We can just call the next employee into the same chat, and it can see all the previous discussions. So for our film, we'll be hiring 3 employees from the marketplace. First, we'll select the image generator. This one builds our cast and our world, including the character sheets, the environments, and a starting image for every single shot. Then there's the video generator. Think of this one as our cinematographer, because it takes those still images and turns them into actual footage. And finally, we've got the cinematic director. Its whole job is judgment, planning the shots, locking the look, and keeping every frame feeling like one film. That might sound like a strange hire right now, but later in this video, this employee will save our entire film from falling apart. So that's our crew and image department, a camera department, and a director, which only leaves one problem. Nobody on this team can write. You see, a film starts with a script, and the marketplace doesn't have a screenwriter yet. So for step 2, we're going to build one ourselves. We'll click Create and select the Employee button. The form will ask for a few things, and each one matters. We'll call ours Sloan. There'll also be a description box, which is basically the job title. We'll write Screenwriter for short AI films. And then there's the big one, the instruction. This is where we'll instruct Sloan on exactly how to do her job. We're telling her to read our film idea and hand back 2 things, a short script and a shot list. But inside that instruction, there's one rule, doing all the heavy lifting. Every shot she writes has to work as one still image plus one clear movement, because that's how AI films actually get made. Every shot starts as a frozen frame and gets animated after. We'll also tell her to write our character's full description in every single shot. Keep that rule in mind, because it's the reason our main character survives this entire film with the same face. Now, the last thing Sloan needs is a skill. A skill is like a certification we hand our employee, and this works as a playbook for their one specific craft. We'll select Film Script Breakdowns, which teaches her how a script gets broken down into shots, the same way a real production team would. Then we hit Continue, and just like that, our screenwriter exists. Now, you could absolutely build something like Sloan in regular Claude, outside of supercomputer. But we're doing it here because the rest of her coworkers already live in this chat, and this eliminates any need for copy-pasting between apps. So let's give her an idea to expand on and start writing. Our story will be about an engineer who's stranded and completely alone on a dying ship in space. And just watch what she does with it. She hands back a complete story with an ending I didn't see coming. She also gives us a full shot list with 8 shots, each one with its own image prompt, camera movement, and sound. Plus, at the very bottom, she locks in our character. His name is Elias, and his exact description is now set in writing, ready to hand off to the next employee, which means the writing department is done, and now it's time for the rest of the crew to earn their paychecks. So for step 3, the script gets handed to the image generator, and its first job isn't a shot at all. It's our character reference sheet. Think of it as our actor's headshot snapshot folder, which ensures that he stays consistent throughout the filmmaking process. Following Sloane's script will make him a lean man in his 30s, wearing a grease-streaked jumpsuit. And this is Elias from 7 different angles on a clean white background. From this moment on, every employee that touches Elias works from this exact character sheet. Now we'll feed the image generator the shot list, creating one still at a time, with the sheet attached to every single prompt. And the first shot comes back looking like a still from an actual film. It's the same man, in the correct jumpsuit, now standing in a dying engine room. But you'll notice we never picked an image model. That's because the employee chose GPT Image 2 on its own and set it up for the highest resolution, based on the needs of our film. So with our first frame created, we'll repeat the same process, moving down the list alongside the image generator. But here's the thing, a real crew doesn't always get everything right, and neither does this one. Because if you look at shot 3, the mood is right, but it's way too dark. On a phone screen, half of this frame just disappears because of how underexposed it is. So let's call the cinematic director into the chat and give it the kind of note a producer would give. We'll tell it to check out the dark frame, fix it, and make sure it doesn't happen again. And watch what it actually does. It pulls up all 3 frames on its own, compares them, and decides that shot 2 had the perfect exposure. Then it regenerates shot 3 to match that lighting. This one looks much better, with the same mood and tension, except the image is now properly exposed. But then it does something I genuinely didn't expect. It writes the correction down as a rule, saves it, and applies it to every employee from that point forward. So with the look locked, the remaining shots all come back clean. But we still need to bring all these cinematic images to life. And in step 4, we'll switch to the video generator, our in-house cinematographer. Just like the previous step, we'll go one shot at a time, and for each clip, we'll describe the movement, the camera, and the sound. So let's start with the shot of Elias recording his final log. And our cinematographer is on the money. The lip sync is spot on, the character look is accurate, and the entire mood of the scene captures his hopelessness. Notice we never picked a video model here either. The video generator chose Cdance 2.0 and also optimized every setting for the highest quality, just like the image generator. So from here, we'll keep feeding it the shot list, and one by one, our still frames turn into full-on scenes. And keep in mind that while each clip starts from its locked frame, where it ends is up to us. So if we don't tell our video generator where to land, the next cut can feel jumpy. The fix for this is one line at the end of every prompt that tells it exactly how the shot should end, so it hands off cleanly into the next starting image. Little directions like that are the difference between a pile of clips and one continuous film. But here's where it gets crazy, because right at the finish line, the ending of our film completely fell apart. Our original twist in the script was that Elias would hear a knock at the airlock, assuming he was being rescued. He'd then look through the glass only to find another version of himself floating outside, staring back at him. And as a still image, it looked incredible. But after playing it back and watching it in sequence, something's off. You're left asking who that is and why he's out there, right at the moment the film should be hitting hardest. And a twist that needs explaining isn't a twist, it's homework. Plus, every version I generated after that just made it more confusing. So I did what a real production does when an ending isn't landing. I called a story meeting with the director and told it the ending wasn't working. I then gave it the 2 final frames and asked it to pitch something better. And it came back like a creative head fighting for the project. It diagnosed exactly why the story twist was failing, pitched a full replacement, and gave me 2 alternate endings on top. I pushed back, it tightened the ideas, and a few exchanges later, we landed on an ending better than anything we started with. I won't spoil it here because the full film is coming at the end of this video, but that conversation is the entire point of this workflow. When something breaks, you don't start over. You talk to your crew and you fix it together. So we'll give this new ending to the video generator and animate the final clip. From there, it's just a finishing pass, then you can take the clips into an editing software of your choice and lay in any finishing touches. Now, let's watch what this crew actually made.
I've stopped counting the days. Core's gone. Nobody's answering. It's just me out here.
This was all from a script by Sloan, starting frames from the image generator, footage from our video generator, and a cinematic director that saved the ending. And making it the old way would have meant 6 tools, 6 subscriptions, and re-uploading Elias every single time. Instead, we hired a team in one chat and guided the production workflow. That's what Higgsfield Supercomputer is capable of, and the link's in the description if you want to try it for yourself. So now you know how to run an entire AI filmmaking team. But here's the thing, hiring employees is only one corner of Higgsfield AI. There's a whole platform underneath it, and I broke down the full scope to help you master 95% of it in under 12 minutes. So click the video on screen now to check it out.